I would also encourage our Indigenous relatives here on Turtle Island, if you don't know the history, if you don't understand the Nakba, if you don't know what happened in 1948, if you don't know what the Balfour Declaration is, if you are curious about what the history of this conflict is, then read. And don't read shit by the Israelis. Read honest to goodness history and read sources that are objective and learn, because once you start reading this, it's going to sound really fucking familiar to you. And you're going to start understanding exactly why the Red Nation is standing up and speaking out for Palestine, because it's the same story. And Melanie and I've talked a lot about this, and particularly when we get down into sort of the despair of some of the things we talk about. And we reinforce each other. And one of the things that we say a lot is it's up to us to keep telling the story. It's up to us to pass the story down to our descendants. We have to be the ancestors and we have to be good ancestors. So I say the same thing to our relatives about Palestine. Like, they may not have much time to tell their story, so someone has to pick it up. And we know that story because we've been there. And it's time that people started shouting it from the rooftops and saying, this is not okay. You cannot continue to do this in this world, in this time, in this day, with everything that we as human beings should have learned from the past. How can we keep allowing this to happen? So it's up to us to keep telling the story and to keep pushing the story and to keep saying, read the story, listen to the story, watch the story, hear the story, because we've got to be the ones to keep the story going.